All right, hi everybody, John Meadows here, and hopefully you watched the last video we did on biceps and what you can use cable-wise to develop your biceps. Today we're gonna do triceps. So the reason why I'm doing these videos is because I did a live video last Friday, and there's so many of you out there that are injured or you're just beat up. Your shoulders are beat up, your elbows are beat up. Lots of people out there with just beat up joints. And I certainly get it in the day of Instagram when everybody wants to do the heaviest stuff possible that they can do to put on Instagram. I certainly understand it. So one alternative that you can take is use cables a little bit more often. So cables, I think they get a bad rap. You can generate tension, mechanical tension with a cable. That's what causes muscle growth. So it's silly to say that you can't grow with cables. Of course you can. And it's very easy on the joints. Now, I'm always going to suggest that most of your workout be barbells and dumbbells and machines. But cables, I think, can be very effective for people who are beat up, especially. Even if you're not beat up, you can do this for instance, these exercises we're going to do for triceps today, and you will get an absolutely wicked tricep workout. So there's a lot of value here. If you're injured, you want to give your joints a break, because I think far too many people, they get a little beat up, so they just quit. Like, no, sometimes you just need to learn to work around your aches and pains. That's why I've been training for 37 years. I've just learned how to work around things until they get better. So you can use these exercises to work around injuries, or you can just use them as a standard workout. There's nothing wrong with that either. So I'm gonna go through some of my favorite cable exercises for triceps. So let's get to work. So we're going to start with my favorite tricep exercise. Now, there is a caveat to this. You do have to have little handles like this. Now, I always talk about spongy grips, which basically means anything other than a metal D handle. I was going to show you one, but we don't have one around here. So these grips where you can actually squeeze into it, I love to do these for push downs. So what I do is I keep them together and I just push straight down. I tuck my elbows in and I get a full stretch at the top and I drive straight down. All that tension is right there on the tricep. Just like that. Just keep those elbows tucked in. Don't stop here. Let the weight come all the way up and stretch your tricep, and then straight down. All right, next up is a single arm tricep push down. There's a lot of different angles you can do these at. I've always kind of liked this kind of cross body angle. So over here and then flexing, just like that. I've just always felt like this was a good angle for me. I feel that right in the lateral head of my tricep on the outside, just like this. Now you could do them like this if you want. Nothing wrong with that either. In fact, I get a lot of that on the inner head, the long head. So you could either go like this. Ooh, that's burning. You can either do them like this, or you can do them like this. The stress is a little different on the tricep, but the end result's the same. It just works your tricep really hard. Okay, next up, third exercise is a bent over tricep extension. So typically we do these with ropes. You could also use the two little spongy grips on these too though. So you just bend over at 45 degrees. The only problem I ever had with these was I felt like it was choking me out sometimes. It's hard to breathe. But just bend over, let your elbows move where they're comfortable. So you don't have to jam them in. You don't have to put them up or high. Just leave them where they're comfortable. Now what you can do when you get a little tired, actually, you don't even need to be tired to do this. What you can do is you can get a little bit more stretch. So here, and then let your elbows come up to there. So that little subtle movement there will give you a little bit more stretch to your triceps. And I always tell people, let your elbows go where they're natural, because if you start forcing your elbows, you can create some weird pressure on your shoulder joints. If you've ever done these and you felt something kind of weird in your shoulder, that's why. Don't force your elbows into a position that's unnatural. Go with what feels good for you on those. Okay, next up, we use 2 ropes. So you might have to invest in another rope for this at your gym. 2 ropes, you could call this a rope kickback or rope push down, either way. But you get a little extra range of motion with the ropes. So normally you might stop right here on a push down, but you can come all the way back to there, which gives you a little bit more activation and stress in the long head of your tricep on the inside. So just like this, keep your elbows in tight, all the way back, flex. Just like this. And that little bit of extra range of motion is really, it makes a huge difference. Okay, so we did a bent over lying extension. Now this is more of a standing extension, tricep extension. So we're going to set the rope up about midway up your body, maybe not quite midway. And we're just going to do standing extensions. So good stretch here. Boom, right there.
Hello everybody, my name is Alexander Meadows and today I'm going to be doing a bind I made. If you guys want to name this trick, put a comment down in the comment section what you think it should be named.
Okay, next up is another, we'll call this, man, what do we call this one? I did these with a guy named Austin Stout. Austin's a friend of mine. We did these in his garage gym back when all the gyms were shut down in, I think it was probably April, May. And I really like these, so I credit Austin to show me these. But it's a single cable extension, but the angle's a little different. So here's the angle. It's right above your head, okay? So you're gonna come right here and come out. These are absolutely awesome. These are one of my favorite tricep exercises. I just don't know what to call them. Single cable extensions, we'll call them. Just like that. These are amazing. Easy on the joints, your triceps will be on fire. Absolutely great exercise. Okay, we're going to finish up with a single arm reverse extension. So that's just with a supinated grip. Instead of pronated, you're supinated this way. Now, honestly, I prefer this grip right here. I feel like I can load the tricep more, there's more tension. But I know a lot of you like to do a reverse grip in the hopes that it's going to really hit the inner head, the long head of your tricep. So I'm going to do these. Keep your elbows tucked in, flex at the bottom. So they're a decent exercise, but me personally, I'd rather do them this way. What you could do is you could do these to failure, then go to your stronger position, flip them over and keep going. That's how I would use these. So anyways, there's your 7th and last cable exercise for the day. Okay, that's it for triceps. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, as I said earlier, you can do these as a break for your joints, just all cables, but you can also do them as a real workout. There's nothing wrong with that. Since it's cables and there's not a lot of stress on your joints, you could do these exercises in any order you want. I know a lot of times I talk about doing a push down variation, then at the end doing the stretch variations. But since we're doing cables, there's little to no stress on your joints at all. So feel free to move the exercise order to however you want. I'd probably pick 4 exercises, and I'd probably do 3 to 4 sets on each exercise. Unless you're doing triceps as a part of a push routine, then I would probably only pick 2 exercises and do 3 or 4 sets. So anyways, that's it. I hope that helps you. If you're banged up and you're injured, I hope this gives you some alternatives to keep going and not quit. Or if you're just looking for something different, you want to just hit triceps a little differently, I hope you enjoy that as well. So we will see you next time. Thanks.